Could Tesla stock hit $100? I will answer your question with technical and fundamental analysis in this video. Hi, my name is Venus. I'm a long-term stock investor and has built a seven-figure net worth from the past years from stock investing. And I work in tech and also have a finance education background. And I want to give you a combined perspective on the fundamentals and also a technical analysis. So there is something that 99% of the Wall Street analysts missed, and this is our opportunity to build our long-term wealth. After this video, you will have a different perspective about Tesla, but I will warn you that this is different from many others. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. So first of all, let's take a look at the Tesla's chart. I have TD Ameritrade put up here. So if we look at the stock chart of Tesla, and first of all, right now Tesla is trading below is 200 days moving average and way below that. And this is basically a very bearish sentiment on Tesla without any surprise given its current stock moves. And if you look at here, we're getting very close to the 153 support level. But if Tesla broken down the support, and it can trade a lot lower than this if we look at the weekly chart. And the next level of support will be $101. So that's another $60 downside to the Tesla. So let's say that if Tesla break below this level and going back to the $100 level, and that's around the 2023 beginning of the year trading mark. So let's take a quick look at its financial performance around that time of the year. So beginning of 2023, which Tesla reported its earning right here. So it was a 65% stock trace back from it was previous high. And Tesla's revenue back then was 96 billion, but right now Tesla's revenue already increased about 25% from there. So I think if Tesla goes any lower than $150, I will be watching very closely and trying to slowly adding onto my position. As I mentioned in my previous video, I have been already adding around the $170, $180 mark, but I will continue to add more if Tesla trading lower, especially going around the $100 range. And I'm fairly comfortable with that price range because based on this DCF model I've done, if Tesla is trading around $100, and that will give me a safety margin of 37%. So I will be very, very comfortable with the stock having a 37% safety margin. So that's my opinion. Another question is, will Tesla actually trade lower than $100? So let's take a quick look at the historical monthly chart. If we go back to 5 years and a monthly chart, the lowest point below the 103 will be around $62. And below $62, the next level of support will be $22. So let's take a quick look here. So back to the $62, which is actually a resistance right here, which can serve as a support. I will see this as a key level, and that's back in 2020. Let's go back to this spreadsheet. Back in 2020, Tesla's revenue is $71 billion. And versus right now, Tesla's revenue is 4x of that amount. If you just simply use a revenue multiple, Tesla stock trading price should be at least 4x of the stock price was trading back then. And if you look at the EBIT here, it was $2 billion when it was 2020, and now its EBIT is 9x from there. So I will say, to see Tesla going below $100, there has to be something very, very fundamentally changed, and not only about its future projection, but also its automotive business. I personally think that's going to be very, very difficult to see. I personally still believe around $100 will be a very strong, attractive price point, and that will be what I'm watching out for. So next, let's touch on the fundamentals. And most of the Wall Street analysts and stock investors think Tesla is an automotive maker. and there are so many EV company competition out there, and the margin will decline over time, and that's a very bearish case. That's currently the sentiment that everybody have around Tesla. I just want to have two quick updates without having to repeat what I just said in the last video. I'll link a card here, which is one of this FSD update. FSD recently fully rolled out to the everyday consumers, and there has been some reviews just recently came out, and overall people seems to be very impressed by the FSD 12, but it's not perfect, and there is a lot of criticism around this as well. And because this person said it has to take over a couple times. My view on this is that's exactly what Tesla needed to improve on FSD 12. And every time when a human takes over FSD, it signifies a training opportunity for the model. And in AI training, human reinforcement learning is a key part to the model. And every time Tesla FSD user is basically giving a free human reinforcement learning training data to Tesla, and Tesla can improve that based on those human feedback over time. And I see this as a huge advantage that Tesla has over its other automotive maker competitors when it comes to FSD. It has so much human feedback in the loop, and to help Tesla to improve this model continuously. And when it comes to when Tesla can achieve L4 and L5 FSD, I think Tesla still need to take all these feedback and retrain their model and continuously improve and iterate. But I'm very positive about its future once it's rolled out, and they will have more user feedback and they will have more human reinforcement learning. And so now how it might impact Tesla's stock price going forward. It might, first of all, increase its future customers. And me, myself, as a Tesla owner, I never paid for FSD so far. But now seeing the FSD 12, I personally intrigued and I might give it a try. And that will be showing up in its Tesla's revenue, income statements, and it's all lumped into the automotive sales. Another growth point for FSD is its possibility of licensing out this technology, because for Tesla, licensing out this part of business will be a very, very small amount of cost, but will be a very large profit margin. And for other automotive makers, it will be very low cost for them because they don't have to train a new FSD model from the ground up. So that's a quick update on FSD 12. And last video, I mentioned Optimus, and there were people commenting about Figured Out AI, which is humanoid robot based on the ChatGPT model. And I just want to quickly touch up on this. So number one, I have two key points here. Number one, GPT-powered robot, from the consumer perspective, I actually don't know if I wanted that, because I want a humanoid robot to be able to at home and doing some laundry folding like the Optimus was doing, and doing some picking up packaging, unpacking, and doing some house cleaning work, and those most basic work that can replace human labor. However, in this short clip that it was shared, this Figured Out AI robot, which by the way is very impressive, it can do logical reasoning and thinking through questions that human gives. But given how immature right now or early stage we are in the LLM space, and the accuracy and also the biases from GPT, and I will still put a question mark there. And I personally will be concerned to have a consumer level product like that. So that's number one. It's very, very early stage from what they have been showing. And number two is tied to that is its manufacturing capability. And as I mentioned before, Tesla has done massive manufacturing capability improvements from the past years, and it's a very successful track of record. And I won't have any doubt of Tesla's capability of being able to scaling up a production line very quickly, efficiently like this, and being able to build humanoid robot at a scale. However, Figured Out AI, I will put a pretty big question mark there. It's a startup company, and for it to be able to achieve a manufacturing scale at that level, such complex product, I think there is still many, many years to go. And to me, they're not actual comparable competitions. That's just my own opinion again. And So those are the quick updates I wanted to make following up my last video. So if you missed my previous Tesla valuation model video, make sure to click on the card. I will link it here, and there is a full version of the download for this valuation model linked to that video. Subscribe before you go. I hope to see you next time.